Casey, a 4-2 defeat in your first game in charge of U21s, their opening game of the season. But you promised fast attacking play, and that's what it was. So, in comparison to pre-season and training, how did that relate?
The difficulty is when we're not playing games that are, that are league games against opposition that we will play against. There's not really things that we can build on. Now, the friendlies and stuff that we played before, it was more of us feeling out which players were compatible with which players and which players were going to fit into the system. Tonight were just us all guns blazing. It was everything that we've worked on. It was unleash the beast and for us to go and really showcase what we've got. And like I said, the fast flowing pacey football that I promised it was to come out. And I thought that we had chances. We had chances to score more goals, but it didn't happen, and that's something that we need to go work on. And tonight's obviously a great opportunity for us to re-watch the footage and go in on Monday and do some of that wrong the right, really.
So just on that, on Monday, will the players sit through that video, or will you have watched it and just discuss?
No, I'll watch it and I'll clip out the things that I think are relevant to what we need to build on. There'll be a technical session going on, but then whilst the technical session's going on, I'll pull players out and let them watch the footage and say, this is what we need to do. And at the end, it'll be 3 or 4 players specific that we need to work with. So I'll stop the session and I'll go work with those players and say, look, this is what we discussed before, this is what we need to do. And then next week it'll be all guns blazing in terms of righting the wrongs from tonight.
First 10 minutes, slow start. You mentioned it in your post-match review. Why was that? And then what was the change after that? Because I thought, following that throughout the game, we were the better side.
Yeah, I think again the players just feeling each other out and feeling out the pitch, feeling out the opposition. And I think that the feel went, after 10 minutes the feel went, and it was, now we actually can build into this game. And obviously you'll have seen me the little change of us pressing high. When we put pressure on them, they put the ball out, they put the ball in behind it, ran to keeper. We started to get on top of them. We then get our equaliser, and then we kind of think, plain sailing. And obviously football's not like that, is it? So yeah, we changed it up in terms of the press and how we're going to do that. Originally I said, let them have it and we'll sit in, but then they clip it into areas and it puts us under so much pressure. There's only so much we can hold out. They're going to get little lucky breaks. So let's put on them, let's see what they've got, and we started to take control.
Like we mentioned, first game of the season, first game for you as well. So can you kind of look at this defeat and think, this is a project and it's a learning curve?
Yeah, absolutely. It's first game of season, and it's not as if we sort of 3/4 of the way through and we're saying we still need to right these wrongs. It's something that I love as a coach. I don't want to turn up and just roll teams over and it be plain sailing. It needs to be a process, it needs to be a project, like you say. It keeps me on my toes. It means that I have to unpick the knots and make sure that those knots are no longer there, and it's something that I look forward to doing. So as soon as the whistle's gone, it's next game preparation. I'll be mulling over it tonight. When I come home tomorrow from work, it'll be sat down watching the footage. Friday the same, and then at the weekend it'll be who am I going to work with and what we're going to work on. It's not as easy as rewatching footage and going, right, we conceded here, let's sort this out. It's about the build-up 5 or 6 seconds before that and where the players could have been differently. But it's something that always interests me, and righting those wrongs. And next week we'll right those wrongs and we'll have a completely different result.
Thank you, Casey.
Top man, thank you so much.
Cheers on.